Hello, good morning everybody. Today is 5th of March 2019 and I hope you can see my screen and also hear my voice. So the first thing I'm going to mention is something which I keep mentioning, that there's a contest for tomorrow, and in that contest you need to predict where you expect Euro USD to close by the end of the day. Then if your prediction is close to the actual price on the FreshForex classic account, then FreshForex is going to give you $30 bonus on the same day. Sorry, on the next day. So you only need to predict on the chart. If you are watching this on YouTube, then there's a place for chart. Just on the right hand side of the screen, there's an option where there's a live chart. I'm going to put a writing there. You will be able, you should your predictions here. Just a second, it will pop up on your screens once I'm done. You should write your predictions here. So the prediction should be in the format, the format which I already gave you. I gave that format. You can literally see it on the screen now. If you just look below your screen, this an option where there's this logo for FreshForex, and then there are words that are currently going inside it. So that's the full information you need to be able to get that bonus and also to enter the contest. So we want to move straight to the main chart and see if there are any good trades that we have for the week. Maybe the ones we had yesterday, but then we saw how they went, and then possibly if there are other good trades for the week. And we'll move straight to the main chart. We move to USD. On this one, I want to remove this color. I don't find it very good for me. On this side, basically I'm looking for two levels. I have one line at the very top which was a very good resistance from the past. You can see we had that being a good resistance. We also had that a resistance. We also had this a resistance. Then we also had this a resistance. So I add that as a resistance. Then there was that which was a resistance. And then the price went above it. There was a support. Then a resistance. And the same place is currently being used as a good place for resistance. So we basically, as long as the price does not go above 1.1445, then we are actually looking for price to come back slightly to it before it embarks on a move to the lower side. And I'm going to add an indicator to see if the same thing applies even from the indicator's point of view. I've added ADX. This is called ADX, the one I'm having on a separate window, this one. And what it means is this, that the main line means the strength, and then the dotted one which you have, if the green one is above the red one, then it means the current active trend is upwards. And if the opposite, that's the red dotted one above the green dotted one, then it means the current trend is down. So where the price is now, there is no clear trend. The complete line which shows the existence of a trend is actually below 25, which means there is no clear trend based on the daily chart. But based on the weekly, let's look at the daily. On the daily chart, there's no clear trend. There's no clear trend despite the fact they're pinned, but there's no clear trend still. So on this chart, I can only look at it from the weekly, where I'm seeing there's a level, and then the price actually went to it as a resistance, and as long as the price does not go above it, that should be another place to sell from. You should actually be waiting for a sell each time price comes back to 1.1445. We'll move straight to the next chart, and that should be GBP USD here. So the first thing you're seeing on this chart is that the previous week's candle, which was this, is actually a sell candle, but somehow the price is heading to the lower side. So this is possibly because the previous week's candle was actually, the previous month's candle was a bullish pin bar. Just look at it like this. Look at this chart from the monthly point of view. See what I'm saying? There's this formation that means that the price is possibly heading up. So you have that. We also have that. And then we also have the previous month's candle, which is actually a pin bar. So from November last year, the price has been upwards. December there was a bullish pin bar. January, another engulfing bullish candle. And then you also have the previous month, which is February's candle, was a very good pin bar, which is pointing upwards. So this could be a sign that GBPUSD is heading upwards. But the correct place to buy from is actually this. Buy it around the opening of the previous month's candle. Wait for price to reach up to this level. You should be able to pick a buy from that point, but have in mind that the key level where we're going up to is this. This is the next resistance which I'm seeing on the monthly. So assuming you successfully manages to buy it from 1.3102, then you should expect price to be going up to the very top, up to 1.4202. So you should sell from that point. You should also wait and sell from this point in the future. Then in the meantime, as you speak, you should be waiting to buy from that point up to the top. So that's what we expect with GBPUSD. We want price. The current move we are seeing to the left is actually a retracement, and this candle does not mean that you're supposed to sell. It means that a retracement is approaching, therefore not a good sell. So another thing from the indicator, which I have attached on this side, you can see that currently the current week's candle is actually opening above 00. The column which you're seeing, this one, is some or slightly above 0. So if it can close above 00, then we expect in the coming weeks that this pair should proceed even higher. So we move straight to the next set, and that should be, sorry, I want to check this set from another time frame, maybe from the daily. Just a second. From the daily, you see on the daily chart, I'm not seeing anything good for our chart. So on the 4 chart, the only thing I'm seeing is there's a level here. Just a second, let's see if this trend line is better. We have a very good trend line there, and from the past you can see that the price has been using it consecutively. Well, the first time it was used as a support, then the next time it was used as a support, and the third time it was used again as a support. So we basically want price to try coming back to it so that you can pick a buy from that point to the upper side. This is what should happen. That price should come back up to that level so that we can pick a buy from that point heading upwards. This is what we expect, a support. Basically, this is just a support. We also have a support there. We also have a support there. And in the future, should price try coming back to the same support, then that is going to be the correct place to pick a buy from. And since monthly and weekly should be a buy, if price should bounce from this point, then this is the best place to look for a buy from. So we move to the next side, that should be USDJPY. And here I'm not going to add an indicator. I still have everything just the same way I aligned them previously. There's this break which happened. So now what you want to happen is for price to try coming back to the same support. Let price retrace back up to 110.76 from this point. Then we'll pick a buy from that slot up to the first level and the next one. So USDJPY, these are the levels to look for. You should wait for a buy from either 108.55, 110.75, 114.05, and then the last one should be 117.92. So I also want to check this chart from a lesser time frame, maybe from daily heading downwards. On the daily chart so far, we are hitting the line we mentioned some few weeks ago that price has to come back to it. A support, a support, a support. There's a break below, then price went back. So the first thing I'm seeing, why I'm saying the price is likely heading upwards, because the previous day's candle, which was this, is actually a bullish inside bar. So this could be a sign that the price is heading upwards, but it does not confirm that the price is heading upwards. So maybe you should expect some retracement up to that level, up to this resistance. a resistance, there's a break above, price should come back before we pick a trade from that point heading upwards. So basically, based on this inside bar, we expect price to go up, but if price can retrace up to 111.111.05, then this should be the ideal place to look for a trade from. So far we have the information that weekly is a buy. The only thing we're waiting for is a retracement, and that retracement should go up to this daily level 111.05, so that you can pick a buy from that point up to the weekly level we saw, up to 114.05. I want to look at the same chart for maybe less than 4 hours. I have my levels there, a resistance, and then this doesn't look good for me, but let me draw it down there to see if that makes sense. There's nothing, doesn't make sense here, but let me add an indicator. I'll add that. I'll also add the next one, 200 moving average, simple moving average, sorry, different appearance. So from what you can see on the chart, the 4 chart I have now, you can see that we have the price above all the 3 simple moving averages. So this is a sign that we are still heading upwards. It only means that the price is still heading upwards, and therefore you're supposed to be looking for a trade. Wait for a retracement up to 111.05. Pick a buy from that slot, expecting it to go up to the daily level, the one you mentioned, 114.16. Expect price to go up to 114.05. Sorry. So we'll move to the next chart, and that should be SP500. So before I proceed, there's something I mentioned at the beginning. I'm going to repeat it again, that assuming you're listening to this at the moment, then tomorrow there's a contest that is being hosted on this webinar. So if you can attend the same session that I'm attending now tomorrow, then you need to predict the price of EUR/USD at the end of the day. So you need to say that I expect EUR/USD to close at this price, and I've given the format. You can see it right below the screen. Mention where you expect EUR/USD to close at the end of the day, and then if it is true that by the close of the day the price which you predicted is almost the same or is similar to the actual price, then FreshForex is going to give you $30 bonus on the 7th day, that is on the next day. So this contest is still valid. It continues up to the end of this month. You get a chance to trade exactly that trade with the bonus. So with this bonus, the bonus itself is not withdrawable, but the profit is withdrawable. So if you get it correctly, then Fresh will give you $30 bonus. So we'll move to the next chart, and that should be SP500. We have SP500 here. So I've added 3 indicators on this chart. I've added the slow moving out. This is 52. Then the next one, this one is 152, and the last one, which let me make it a different appearance. The last one is 200. This is the slowest moving out. So from the forward chart, you can see that so far, ever since the price actually rose above all the 3 moving averages, we've been on the upper side. So we expect price to proceed even higher. We took a buy. The first buy was there. We took the second buy, the next one, and then we also recommended a buy just some few days ago while price was here, that you're supposed to have bought it at that point, expecting price to move even higher. So far on this chart, from the Forex point of view, we are still waiting for price to go beyond 23.2. We want price to clearly rise above 23.2, then retrace back to the same level. Let it retrace back to the same level so that you can pick a buy from that point up to the withdrawal. So based on the 3 indicators we have, we expect price to proceed even higher. So anytime the price comes back to the lower side but does not go below the middle moving average, this is still upwards. We'll only look for a sell in the event that the price goes below the middle one and then also closes below the last one, which is 200 moving average. As it is at the moment, we want price to go above, retrace back slightly. We'll be able to pick a buy from that point, expecting it to proceed up to the top. So we'll move to the next set. That should be Brent oil. We still have our lines the same way we had them previously, but I'm going to add a level on this indicator, 25, complete line, different appearance. So what this line means is that anytime you have the complete line above 25, it means there's an active trend. Then anytime the green dotted one is above the red dotted one, it means that that trend which you've shown based on the first one is actually an uptrend. So in this case, from this point here, we have the complete one above 25, and then the green dotted one is above the red one, which means there's a trend based on the first one. That trend is upward. So as it is from this point onwards, we expect price to proceed upwards. So from what's happening currently, we expect a drop. The price should come down, proceed even lower up to that level. Let it retrace back up to that support. We'll be able to pick a buy from that point, expecting it to go up and should go beyond 70.65 before it eventually heads even higher to 86.05. So on this chart, this is the place to buy from that point, also buy from that point. You may also wait and buy at the top, which is at this point. So we are looking at this level. We are looking at this is our area of interest, 62.85. This is another area of interest, 70.65. Then this is another one, 70.63, and the last one should be 86.05. So far on this chart, there is no good sell. We are only waiting for a buy. Despite the fact that we expect price to retrace down, this is not a very good place to sell from. Don't look for a sell, especially while the price is above 62.82. Instead, wait for price to retrace down, pick a buy from that spot, another buy, and then the last one should be at the top. So we'll move to the next chart. I want to look at the same chart from the forward chart to see maybe if there's any clear signal. On the forward chart, I'm not seeing anything other than this level, and then this level should be the same one I'm having on the daily. This is just a very good level, a resistance, which was broken, and price is yet to come back to it. So this is still what it is. So even the forwards, we want price to come back down before it moves upwards. Even on the forward chart, the price has to come back up to the support before it embarks to the upper side. So I'm guiding an indicator, the first one, 200. I'm also going to add 152, like that, a different appearance, black. I'm also going to add the next one, that should be 52. That's going to be red. So as you can see, the price is just below the first moving average, but is still above the last two. So as long as the price does not close below these two, there's two moving out, then this is still a buy. We want price to proceed even higher. Let it continue upwards. It should continue to the upper side, and before it does that, let it retrace back down and possibly bounce from this moving average before we see a move even higher. So we move straight to the next side. That should be gold. On gold, I don't have anything to add other than the fact that there's a level here which price went below. We have a level there. We want the current week's candle to close below. If this is true that by the close of this week the price is below 1287.27, then this is going to be a very good place to sell from. And I'm selling not just because this candle was a pin bar or this was a bearish candle, this was a bearish candle. The main reason I'm selling is because of this. From the monthly point of view, price is just from a clear resistance. Price is from this resistance, 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 resistance. This was supposed to be a very good sell place. So you didn't sell at that point, you can still sell it, but expect price to go only up to this trend line, this support. This is going to be a good place to buy from. Pick a sell, you wait for price to go there, pick a sell, a buy. You can also wait for it the subsequent times. Anytime it comes back again to the same trend line but does not break below, that should be the correct place to buy from. So you can either buy along this trend line or wait for price to rise above, retrace slightly, then pick a buy from that point up to the top. I hope that makes sense. So that should bring us to the end of today's overview. We've looked at just all the symbols we wanted to look at.